Hello, my Orthodox friends. Welcome back to the Church Slavonic Practicum channel. And as promised, today we're going to talk about the Creed. So let's start. The Creed, or Confession of the Christian Orthodox Faith, is a prayer that contains all the basic provisions and dogmas of the Orthodox faith. The teachings of the Church in the symbol of faith are set out in a brief but very accurate form. The Creed was compiled in the 4th century by the fathers of the First and Second Ecumenical Councils. There were symbols of faith in the ancient Church before, but with the emergence and strengthening of false teachings about God, it was necessary to make a more accurate and dogmatically flawless confession of faith that the entire universal Church could enjoy. The First Ecumenical Council was convened in the city of Nicaea on the occasion of the false teachings of the presbyter Arius, who taught that the Son of God, Jesus Christ, was created by God the Father and is not a true God, but only the highest creation. The council condemned this heresy and outlined the Orthodox doctrine, forming the first 7 members, which are parts of the Creed. At the Second Ecumenical Council, convened to condemn the heresy of Macedonia, which rejected the deity of the Holy Spirit, the next 5 members of the Creed were given. So let's just summarize what I just said. So, all of a sudden, the heresy started to spread. And so first, there was the heresy of presbyter Arius, who started to say that the Son of God, Jesus Christ, was created by God the Father and is not a true God, but only the highest creation. And so to stop this heresy, our fathers called for the First Ecumenical Council. And there they formed the first 7 parts of the Creed. We call them members of the Creed or parts of the Creed because the Creed has like a few parts and we're going to start learning them, studying them, all these parts, one part by another part. So now we just it's kind of introduction. So that was the First Ecumenical Council. But then again, another heresy started to spread, the heresy of Macedonia, which rejected the deity of the Holy Spirit. And so our fathers had to call for the Second Ecumenical Council, where they created the next 5 members of the Creed. Okay, let's move on. The Creed must be known to every Orthodox Christian by heart in order to have the right knowledge of God and his own faith, as well as to always be able to give an answer to all those who ask us, "How do you believe?" The symbol of faith, aka the Creed. So, here in America, we say creed, and I learned this word only when I came to America, because in Russia, we don't say creed, we call it symbol of faith. And so it's, I'm more used to call it symbol of faith, which is it's the same thing as the creed. So the symbol of faith, aka the Creed, must be known even before baptism, because it is necessary to have the right knowledge of God and the basics of doctrine before accepting the sacrament and joining the church. When baptizing babies, for them the creed is read by godparents, and they are also, of course, obliged to know it by heart and read it without mistakes. It is easy to learn the creed because it is part of the morning prayers, and every Orthodox reads it, praying in the morning. Also, the creed is sung every liturgy in the temple by all the people all together, and a person who regularly prays in the morning and goes to Sunday and festive liturgies will memorize it very soon. But we should not only know the text of the creed, but also understand its meaning. For this, we need to study it. And I have great news for you. I will start a series of videos dedicated to creed. We will take one member or part at a time, the same way as we studied the Lord's Prayer. Please subscribe to not miss next videos. See you soon.